Hey guys, Laura Gallup here. Welcome to day one of the 7-day quick start guide for new coaches. I hope that this is a nice, easy way to get you going quickly. I was someone who kind of came out with a bang myself, so I know how that feels. You just kind of want to know everything to get going. And a lot of times if you come out quickly on social media with what you're doing, people want to know. So this is going to help you help them. So today we're going to talk about sharing on social media, and this is probably one of the most important parts of your job. So this is your job now. If you're taking this on as a business, your job is going to be to show up on social media every single day. Now, when I say that in a really serious way, and then I also say it kind of lightly. Once you get used to being on social media, it won't feel so much like a job to you. And there are days where I probably don't show up as intently as I do on other days. But what we would like for you to do initially is have your coming out as a Beachbody coach post. And we probably have already talked a little bit about that on our one-on-one call together. So hopefully you've already done that call and you've already kind of gotten the ball rolling, so to speak. But we want you to think of your Facebook or your Instagram or Snapchat. Any of those things are now your storefront for your business. So you want it to look nice. You want to visit the storefront. So go to your page and see if aesthetically it's pleasing to the eye, if it's going to attract somebody. You always want your posts. If you think about when you sit on the couch, sometimes you're scrolling through the news feed and things make you stop. Pictures or maybe graphics, something like that. That's what you want your posts to do to people. You want to attract people to your site, to your social media page. So one of the big no-nos for our business, and if you're representing my team, which you most likely are if you're somewhere in my network of teams, I always say we want it to be pretty much a no negativity zone. This doesn't mean you can't share things that are hard for you, but you don't want to be venting about being stuck in traffic or, saying something crabby, unspecifically about someone else on Facebook. That's not the kind of way that you're going to be attracting other people. You want your posts to either be super real, authentic, and you also want them to be inspiring. You want people to be left with a feeling that they want more, that they're going to come back and read more about you and what you have to offer. So this is kind of going to be your new journal, so to speak. So you start journaling on Facebook or Instagram, whatever you choose, but about your life and what you're doing, your journey. You can share your struggles and share how Beachbody or your team or the good nutrition, something amongst, what we're doing is helping you to overcome those struggles. And never ever think that your story isn't worth sharing. I know that it's really, really hard not to compare yourself to others sometimes, but your story is unique and people are going to be attracted to your story and to you because of who you are. Always remember that you're the only you. You may have a similar story to someone else. It doesn't mean it's the same, and it's not going to come off the same on social media. That being said, if you have a similar story, don't go copy somebody else's posts and just put them in your own words. Share your story from your heart, be authentic, and that is what is going to attract people to you. So one of the things I really want you guys to think about is what I mentioned just at the beginning of this video, that this is your storefront, okay? So think about your very favorite store. So for example, I really love Target. Okay, that's really broad. But so say I go to my Target in Silverthorne, Colorado. There's only one in, a 90-mile radius to me. And it's closed. And I'm like, oh, darn it, it's closed today. There's nobody here. All the lights are off. The doors are shut. They must be closed today. So I turn around and come back home. I'll just go back. So I drive back the next day. And again, the store looks closed. The doors are closed. The lights are off. There's nobody there. Now, I say, okay, I guess it is what it is. I turn back around, super disappointed, and I drive the 30 miles home. Day 3, I get up. I say, I'm going to do this. Target's got to be open today. I drive there. I get there. Dark. doors closed. So basically now I'm like, Target must have shut down. Like, it's gone. It's been 3 days. It's definitely not around anymore. So I think I'm not going back to Target anymore. Like, that was, I kind of gave it its chance. Like, I love Target, but I've got to find something different. So I'm going to drive in a different direction and find another store and get what I need that way, because I'm not going to keep wasting my time going to that store if it's never open. So that's kind of how you have to think of your online business. Like, you have to show up every day. And if you don't show up, the people who are following you are going to stop coming around. They're going to assume you shut down or you're not doing it anymore. And when they think of health and fitness, or they decide it's time for them to get healthy and fit, to go shopping, they're not going to come find you. They're going to find someone who's posting every day, who's showing up every day. So think about that when you're posting on social media. My suggestion is show up at least twice a day. One could be about your kids. One could be about your workout. One could be about your commute to work, and what you thought about, or the personal development you listened to. There's no limit on what you can do. You don't want your whole site to be Beachbody, so don't get stuck in that rut where you're thinking you have to post Beachbody all the time. Most of the time, I never even mention Beachbody. There are certain instances where you need to mention it, like if you ever talk about rank or income or anything like that. But otherwise, you don't need to mention it. Just talk about being on a journey to self-love and to health and wellness and an exercise regimen, having a team, all of those things you can talk about. So anyway, I do hope that this was helpful. My attachments today are going to be do's and don'ts of social media, a list of things to post about if you get kind of held up someday and you're like, oh, I have no idea what to post about. This is a list of things that you could post about. It might be helpful for you. And then just some examples of social media posts. So I do hope this is helpful. Make sure you show up every day. This was day 1. I hope you enjoyed and learned a lot, and we will talk soon. All right, bye.